I Back Your Time, great book that was referred to me by my business coach, Mr. Sean Mahoney. It's been a great book. It's had a huge impact on my business, but it's also had a huge impact on a lot of my coaching members and also agents that have read the book and applied a lot of these principles and strategies in their business. And really, the principle is, I mean, you think about it, right? Like we're all given the same amount of hours, 24 hours in a day, so many hours in a week, month, year, etc. But why is it that some people are so successful and able to manage your time effectively, and there's so many agents or entrepreneurs, I should say, that struggle with time management, right? They don't get things done, they don't execute on things, and they're just kind of spinning their wheels. So Dan talked about that, a lot of different strategies on here. One of the things he talked about is, creating that perfect week. What are things in your week that if you had a perfect week, so from Monday to Sunday, what would be those things, and actually time blocking those in your schedule. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect week, right? Like as much as you try to say there's a perfect week, there's always fires and things that come up. But if there was, could you do 80% of that? Could you do, 70%, 90%, whatever that may be? And by having that perfect week established, you're going to be a lot more effective. He talked about hiring assistants. Just because you know how to do something very well doesn't mean you should be doing it. So he talks about your dollar per hour, how much you're worth or how much you're trying to strive to be worth. And then how do you buy back your time by having other people and leverage other people to do so. He talks about the drip matrix, right? There's 4 quadrants that he talks about. The one quadrant, he talks about replacement. What are things that you could do to replace yourself that you shouldn't be doing? Things that, even though you do them and you do them well, but maybe they suck the energy out of you. Maybe it's just things that, you don't want to be doing and you're not passionate about, that you can, actually replace yourself with someone else. He talks about delegating, delegating information out to other people, especially if you have people that are working for you. Delegating and being a better delegator is going to be able to give you more time and buy back your time. He talked about investment in yourself as a human being, but also as an entrepreneur. What are things, education and different things that you can invest in that are going to make you a better business person, make you a better family person, and invest back in yourself. But the one quadrant he talked about was the production quadrant, where you're the most passionate about it and it's the most productive quadrant, where you make the most amount of money. And he talked about, really focusing your time. So an example would be, say, for a real estate agent, would be lead generation, working with listings, working with buyers, negotiating. Like those are things that are hard to delegate to someone else, right? But if we can focus on those four criterias and we do them very, very well and we're passionate about them, we're going to make the most amount of money, right? So he talks about really how to use that drip matrix and how to use the strategy behind it. So again, really good information there. And then he talks about the 5 assassins of your time. And we all know what they are, right? Number 1 is the staller. Just stalling, right? Time kills deals, right? So he talks about, really changing your thinking and your success by not having these big discussions, but by, getting to the solution side and not being a staller. Talks about the speed demon, right? There's a lot of people that sometimes are very impulsive and they make decisions really quickly without really thinking it out. So it's kind of the opposite of the staller, but he talks about that. He talks about the supervisor failing to let people do what they have to do and being more that micromanager. And that's not always a good thing, right? That takes a lot of time. He talks about the saver, not investing back in yourself, not getting that return on investment. He talks about that. He talks about the self-medicator, those that have that self-sabotage are doing so good that sometimes they end up self-sabotaging their success and they get this pain and fatigue. And he talks about, the failure side of things. And he talks about, unfortunately with drugs and alcohol and food, that people become addicted to that. So he talked a lot of great strategies on here, really. And, whether you're an individual agent or a small team, big team, broker owner, this book just has a lot of great strategies in it. And it's one that I feel that is, necessary and mandatory for any small business owner to have. So check it out. Buy Back Your Time with Dan Martell. It's on Audible. It's on obviously hardcover and paperback book. So I hope you like this information today. Scroll down below, leave a comment, and let's go get them this week.